Today's shirt is Drink Coffee and Overcome Systems of Oppression. This is one of my all-time favorite shirts that I own. And today's video, I'm going to show you some of my historical fiction women's history books. And women's history, historical fiction is one of the things that made me fall in love with history from my very first American Girl doll books. I loved Molly and Josefina. I'm sure it says something about my personality. Who did you love? Tell me in the comments. And I've kind of got a smattering, a collection of my historical fiction because I have so many. But we're going to start with world history. Ruta Sepetys. I love I Must Betray You. I feature it in my classroom every year. We do it as an audiobook. But this is one that intimidates me. It was in my Books That Intimidate Me video. If you haven't watched it, go ahead. Cheer me on as I try to read this. I really want to read it in July. I really do. But this has to do with the Spanish Civil War and Franco leading up into World War II, the Fountains of Silence. But it's so thick and it's scary. Okay, the next one is actually off my TBR and now in my currently reading because I couldn't hold off. I have flown through this book. It is so good. There is magic and mythology and folklore, and it's so good. Daughters of the Merciful Deep. I've talked about it in some of my previous videos. I'm finally reading it. So thankful I'm finally reading it. It has to do with a lot of the black towns that kind of came up during Reconstruction, like Eatonville, Florida, and then the government coming in, calling eminent domain and flooding them out, which happened in a local area in Florida called Rodman Reservoir, which has now been in the news recently. So it's very personal to my local area, a very terrible part of our history, and it's just such a good story. Highly recommend. We've got The First Witch of Boston. I've always been fascinated by what women have been called who have been different. For a long time, they were called witches. And we talk about Salem, but not realizing that it also happened in Boston. And this has been high on my TBR. After they were called witches, then they were called mad and sent to asylums. And we've got the Mad Women of Paris going back to world history. The Mad Women's Ball is another book about the same kind of thing that I want to read. I've been super excited for this book. Then we move into some Asian American history with the Girls of Good Fortune. And I love the pages of this, first of all, if you could see. But this has to do with the Shanghai tunnels and sex workers in the Oregon Territory and Portland, Oregon. And I kept seeing it before I heard about it. I kept seeing it at Barnes & Noble and it called to me. And then the last one is for the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence as the Founding Mother that just came out by Stephanie Dray and Laura Camoy.